New York Congressman George Santos' colleagues are trying to usher him to the permanent exit once again. This is the second attempt to expel him this month. The latest comes after the Ethics Committee released a report saying there was substantial evidence Santos violated federal laws. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane has the latest.
The clock is now ticking on the brief, tumultuous congressional career of New York Republican George Santos.
If they want to send me home, if they think this was a fair process, if they think this is how it should be done, and if they're confident that this is a constitutional way of doing it, God bless their hearts.
Democrats made the move on the House floor today.
Representative George Santos be, and he hereby is, expelled from the House of Representatives,
forcing Republican leaders to bring the expulsion resolution to the floor within 2 days, with many of Santos's own GOP colleagues supporting his ouster. He said he won't fight it.
Why not whip some votes? Why not ask people? It's not a good use of my time.
Santos has pleaded not guilty to federal fraud and conspiracy charges, accused of stealing the identities of his campaign donors and ringing up thousands of dollars of purchases on their credit cards. The Long Island Republican, who's already acknowledged fabricating many parts of his life story, is also charged with submitting false reports to the Federal Election Commission.
You think it needs to move now?
It should have moved long ago, based on his own admissions.
Momentum toward his expulsion began building earlier this month after a blistering report by the House Ethics Committee accused Santos of using campaign money for luxury goods, Botox treatments, and personal trips.
He has no right to be here, and it is actually a travesty that he has been here for 11 months.
And Scott MacFarlane joins me now from Capitol Hill. Scott, this isn't the first effort. Is there anything indicating this is going to go any differently for Santos than the last time they tried to bounce him?
There sure is, John. There are people who voted no the last time this came up who say they are now a yes. He's been charged with federal crimes for months now. He's had a trial date on the calendar for some time. But it's that House Ethics Committee report released this month which seemed to change the trajectory and change some minds, potentially a sufficient number of minds. Recall that Ethics Committee report paralleled a lot of what's alleged in the prosecution, but also included these details, these allegations that he used the campaign money for luxury items for himself, Botox treatments, spa visits, vacations, resorts for rent. That report, issued quickly and comprehensively by Congress's own in-house ethics committee, seems to have created momentum. But it's a high threshold. 2/3 vote is needed to expel Santos, which means at least half of the Republicans have to join.
Okay, now, Scott, on to the question of the rest of the members of Congress. You've been reporting on the large number of lawmakers who aren't running for re-election next year. What are they telling you about why this seems to be the time to retire, as opposed to different, years in the past?
There are about 40 people retiring from Congress next year. That's a wave, but this wave risks growing and metastasizing, John, in part because what a lot of members who are retiring are telling us is they don't like the tenor. They don't like the vitriolic nature of this Congress. It's gridlocks, it's stalemates, and what some of them call a circus-like atmosphere. But there's also the more fundamental dynamic, John. When one of your political buddies leaves Congress, you may be more inclined to leave Congress too. And some of the institutionalists, the workhorses, are leaving. A couple in particular. Anna Eshoo, the Democrat from the Bay Area, who's passed more than 60 bills in nearly 30 years, is leaving. She says her time has come to depart. And one other Democrat, Earl Blumenauer of Oregon, points to a Republican who's leaving, a Republican he works with and likes, Brad Wenstrup of Ohio. When somebody of the other party leaves that you like to work with, it makes it less inviting to stay.
So, Scott, this has, I would say two things come to mind. One, they're all going to come back in January to a big fight over funding the government that's going to be just like the last few we had. So those who talk about a circus-like atmosphere, the big tent is going to be up again. But then the second point is, with all these retirements, Congress is also, even though there are a lot of members who are old, there are also a lot of freshmen, young people, who are going to come in and replace these longtime members. What's that going to do to the makeup of the place?
I'm glad you asked. We brought our pen and paper to this, John. We did some math for you, so stand back. About half of the U.S. House of Representatives has been here for 5 years or less. So you already have a green Congress to begin with, a lot of new people. You turn over some more institutional memory, and you have an extra green Congress. There are two different arguments you can make, John. This brings new life, fresh blood, fresh ideas into Congress. But the other argument is you get rid of a lot of the people with bipartisan relationships, with some equity in this place and some knowledge about how it works. Could lead to more gridlocks and more standoffs, as if Congress needs more of those.
Yes. Scott, editorial comments from me are being withheld. Scott MacFarlane on Capitol Hill. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thank you.